Well, I've got a new horde of succulents in and I need to get them off my workspace. So one way I like to do that is with hanging baskets. How I use them inside is a little different though. I like to hang them vertically. Now there are a lot of different ideas that I have. This is basically one that I'm going to be sharing with you today. You can of course use them the traditional way, but not today. And before we start, I am using a wire hanging basket. If you saw my Dollar General video from last week, I teased about this idea. I don't think that you can possibly get a better deal. So I would run there before they run out because my store only had 5. It's a 10-inch and it's $3. I don't think you can beat it. First, I hang them from the curtain rod and I need them to be longer so that they go past where the blinds are. So I need them as long as possible. So I disconnect all of the links. Now the little clips from the wire basket, that's simple enough, but you can also kind of pull apart the links. They will come apart, but it's very difficult to pull them off of that hanger because it's a lot, the metal is a lot thicker. But then I connect them to have them at different lengths. You can have them 2 long, 3 long, however long you want. If you have a huge window or a patio door or something, you can have them. There's so many variations depending on what plants you're putting in there, the length that you want it, and just how you want to see it. And of course, you don't even have to use these chains. You could use something entirely different that you have. But now on to today's garden. How I hung this one was 1 coming from the curtain rod and then branching out to 2 holding up the basket. Now I like to line the basket anytime, especially if you're going to be using it indoors. I like to line it with any kind of plastic, a garbage bag or whatever you have. And I think the easiest way is to grab some extra cardboard from a box that you're getting rid of and use that to keep the soil in. I cut it to size so it covers approximately the bottom third, and then I also kind of rounded that top. Hot glue works really well for this to attach the cardboard to the cocoa liner. This garden I'll probably leave set up for, I don't know, 2-3 months until I want to move the succulents somewhere else. But lining it with the plastic doesn't have to be perfect. You're going to be putting soil in there and then also capping it with some moss, but just so long as it covers the bottom and even some of the back. I just like to pull off little portions of the sheet moss. I think that works the best, the sheet moss, because it's already in, well, a sheet. And then hot glue it to the front of the cardboard. And then moving on to the succulents, I have a few cool ones that I wanted to use. I had a little vision of what I wanted the garden to look like because the one succulent, this one right here, I just love it. It's really ruffly and it kind of reminds me of, I don't know, like cabbage or lettuce. And what a perfect sort of theme for springtime. And I also have a little figure that I want to put in there. So just using like a little variation of colors with some of the other succulents and then just kind of playing around. And I don't have that many in here. It's just a simple little garden. I thought you needed like a little bit of kind of a reddish color. And I do like to get the succulents that have more than one in a pot. Obviously, it's a better price. And all these I got either from Heinz Brothers, a local garden center, or Lowe's. Lowe's actually has a huge selection right now. It's like they must have just gotten the truck in. But it's really fun to play with them. And then also fun to kind of cap this with the moss. And it looks like the moss is just extending up. And then I just like to fill it up the little empty spaces with a slightly different kind of moss, and that's my little rabbit figure. It's actually a little ornament, and then I almost liked it on the right side better, but I decided to hang it like an ornament, and there we go. a simple little hanging basket hung vertically. And I like to do it this way, not only because it's a little bit different, it's not your traditional way of hanging a basket, but also because then you get that slope. You get the kind of depth that you would not necessarily get in a regular hanging basket. And there's so many ideas that I have for how to take the background of this hanging basket to kind of the next level, but that's for another video. Oh, and I do like to include the price of the projects. This one I think came in somewhere right around $20, which is not bad. Although I usually have a lot of these materials on hand. I have the soil and the moss. I use 2 different kinds of mosses. I always have that on hand. So yeah, right around the $20 mark. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.